Hey guys, Akil Stokes here. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. A big shout out to you guys. Recently, Spotify shared with me some pretty cool stats. Did a little year-end wrap-up deal, and they shared with me some numbers on how many people have listened to the podcast, how many countries they're listening in, the minutes that you guys have listened to, and where I rank as far as top podcast out there. And it's just, it's humbling, man. It's humbling to know that you guys are getting so much of this podcast week in and week out, and the praise really goes to you guys. I know I'm the one that comes in and talks all the time, but you guys are developing the topics, you guys are asking the questions, and you guys are sharing the word of what we're doing here, and we're reaching more and more traders each week. So a big thank you for that. Today, I'm going to share with you another one of our accountability sessions. If you guys are new to the Trading Coach Podcast, accountability sessions are something that we do on a tier one trading platform each and every Friday. Jason Greystone brings in a handful of traders and we interview them. We interview them for a few reasons. One, community is something that we really believe in here at Tier 1 Trading. And it's not just community about living behind avatars and funny names. It's person to person, human to human, where we want to know people's real names. We want to see people's real faces. We want to know a little bit more about them outside of trading. What did you do before? What are your goals? And that's big as far as that connection goes, because I'm much more likely to help out someone that I see as kind of similar to me versus like a random person that I don't really have that connection to. It also holds you accountable. It's a place where it could be a little bit intimidating at first. Everyone says they're a little bit nervous before their first time, but it's a place where you have to come on and really put yourself out there. You got to talk about what got you into trading, what mistakes did you make, what are your goals, where you want to be, and you're putting yourself out there. And that's big because the traders that support you on the platform, they need to know that, because they're going to push you. When they see you day in and day out, they're going to ask, hey, how's this going? Did you do this yet? And it's a little bit awkward. I know not everyone likes accountability, but it is necessary if you want to progress. And these sessions are so key to do, not only for the first time, but multiple times as you continue on your journey. And I like sharing them because you guys that aren't a part of the platform, you don't get a chance to see this. And I think it's very important. Again, you can hear me talk about trading all day and all night. You can hear Jason Greystone talk about trading all day and all night, but it's a little bit different when you can connect with someone that seems to be in the same position as you, and just hearing a different perspective of the same things that we've been preaching over and over again. Sometimes it hits a little different when it comes from a different voice. So I think you're going to enjoy this one. I know you're going to enjoy this one. Give it a listen. As always, when you're done with this podcast, do me a favor. If you want to support, and I hope you do, leave me a rating and review. That's the best thing you can do. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. And of course, continue to share this with your network. Let them know that, hey, this is something they need to listen to if they want to progress in trading, if they want to progress in life in general. All right, enjoy.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Cheers. How are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm very well. Can't complain at all, really. So all good. How's life?
Life is good right now. I live in London, so we are in our kind of, feels like a bit of a strange lockdown, like a semi-lockdown. But yeah, I can't complain, man. We're taking it day by day, right?
Good. Yep. That's all we can do. We can control our reactions, perceptions, and decisions and actions, right? We can't control what everyone else is doing. So it's the best way to be. So look, this is our first time speaking on here. So for everyone in the community, just tell us a little, because this is a recording session, so this is going to go into the platform. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from London.
Yep, from London. What happened? I've always had like a mild interest in investing to kind of build my personal savings, which I started doing last year around November. Well, actually, I started it years ago, but I took it more seriously around last year in November. When I moved from one platform to another, they offered the option to kind of practice CFDs, or to look into CFDs. So I was looking into this and kind of grew my interest like massively, but still wasn't taking it too seriously. It wasn't until when we got into March and the whole country kind of shut down properly. You have time on your hands, and your job or your job security is almost in question. That's when I kind of took trading serious, but I hadn't put any money or actually traded or anything yet. I was just kind of practicing, like trying to master Ichimoku on YouTube and all that type of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I joined, after a while I kind of realized that I wasn't winning and that what I was doing wasn't, and I needed to learn properly. So I joined a couple of communities, and one of them it was good. But you know, when you join a community, you kind of learn that you're almost retrofitting someone else's strategy to your strategy. And so that can pose its natural problems because you're trying to learn from a mentor, and it just poses its own challenges. I then decided, like, I was still in there and I decided to join tier 1. And that's when I started to properly like learn and really gather like a lot of information in terms of like learning the market and reading it and analyzing it and knowing, you know, there's not more than one way to crack an egg, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So what was the driving force to get it? Was it just interest, or have you got like a bigger vision? Like why investing in trading and financial sector in general?
You know, I think it's about well, yes, the freedom is a major thing. It is a major thing, being able to do whatever you want to do and being driven by your own passion and drive. But I also think it's about the meritocracy of it. You know, you can work in a job and if the boss doesn't like you, you're going to hit a ceiling. Whereas in this type of game or in this type of industry, your work rate reflects, you know, through your results and your success. So it's literally what you get out what you put in, you know. And I think that is what attracts me and drives me every day to kind of get better.
Cool. So how have you found tier 1 platform or style of kind of teaching so far?
I found it's taken me a while, to be honest, because I've had to go through the material more than once, maybe because of my learning style. But what's happened, say for example, I will pick up something and I will learn, and I'll go off and I'll learn from something else, and then I will click and I'll be like, oh man, that's what Akil was talking about when he was mentioning that. And I think those type of scenarios is when I really appreciate the value of what Akil's saying, you know. A lot of the time when he says, like, I have to admit and confess this, a lot of the time, say for example, he was talking about structure and he would be like, okay, in like, if you can go off and try and find 10 examples of structure. I mean, I never did that. I was just next video, please. But really, really, it's always in your best interest to go and actually do what is set out, because man, the benefits.
And that's why most people don't succeed at anything, because it's all about implementation and actually applying what you've learned. And you can't, people scan over it and rush through it, and then they get that Dunning-Kruger effect where they just feel like they know they've learned it, so they're going to go out and start, and then they start telling other people about it and they're teaching them, and it's like Chinese whispers. And then, but it's just it's a crazy world. So cool. So what are you working on right now? Like where's your energy and focus and attention in your own trading right now? What would you say is the biggest thing you're kind of working on right now?
The biggest thing I'm working on is I am in the mode of trying to master I say master, but I'm trying to learn 2 strategies, which is set around smart money and just trying to kind of build confluence and confidence in my approach. I have started to make I did make some like live trades in August, which is good and bad, because I had some big wins, but also you take a list of losses as well, and really you don't have the confidence in what you're doing. So I'm in the back testing phase right now. I'm struggling with like building the database, because I don't want to spend too long on the spreadsheet. I've done that before for different strategies, and man, I don't know if that's the approach. So I'm open to suggestions of any sort. If you, or what you guys think in terms, because say for example, sometimes I've heard people have like a gallery of what they're looking for, you know, or their winning
Yep.
trade and their back testing, as opposed to kind of having a spreadsheet with different data sets.
Look, you can do it in different way. I know, like Naomi's in here. If you watch the summit that we did, I spoke about what I recommend you journal, and that kind of stuff that I recommended there is really what you want, because you heard Mike Bellafiore say it, you heard Brett Steenberger say it, and I said it as well. I said, like, you want to measure twice and cut once. You want to know that what you're actually doing is likely to be right, and it's likely to provide you with a profit. And the only way you're going to do that is being comfortable with some data in black and white or in images, but essentially, even if it's a gallery of images, you're still going to have to know the results and know the data behind that image. So unfortunately, like with any business, you're going to have to do some research, and with trading, it comes in the form of testing data. I mean, I know traders who go out and they learn on the fly and they're happy with that, but these traders have got massive appetite for risk, free time, loads of money. I don't know people who can afford to learn on the fly. I don't know many people can learn to afford on the fly, or, you know, why would you? You know, for me, it just makes sense to not put my capital at risk until I know that there's a chance that I'm going to be right over time. So to answer your question, I mean, you have to do what suits you, and you have to find your own kind of personality when it comes to risk. But for me, it's just like a no-brainer. You just measure twice, cut once. You put time into the charts and time into the sheets, and then you go forward with a strong mindset. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Let's have some comments there. When you go into a drawdown without data, you'll sabotage. It's hard enough with it. Yeah, there you go. You need data for position sizing. Yeah, bit of effort now will pay off for a long time. You learn so much testing as well. Yeah, I mean it's all valid comments. So take on board what you will, but my advice is that you do need to put in a bit of work in the back end, just like any business.
Yeah.
So look, mate, what's the short-term goals then? What are you trying to get done this year or in the next couple of months to kind of put you in a new position?
Well, yeah, I want to be comfortable with at least one pair on an intraday basis by January, at least. So that means like having back tested it quite quite comprehensively to make sure that I feel confident. So that's the main goal for the moment.
Good. Okay, so by the 1st of January.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
You know, equally, I have to admit, I've probably partially gone through the psychological aspects of the knowledge base, which I should do. So, I mean, I'll add that to my accountability.
Okay, I'm adding it.
Yeah, that definitely needs to be done. But yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest struggle for you then, like psychology wise, mentally? Like what's letting you down? What's the mistakes you're making, or kicking yourself for?
Probably trying to thinking that you're seeing things that you're not seeing, you know, and having that discipline. And like, say for example, one day I might say, okay, the key is four confluences, and then another day it might be 3. And say for example, I might in my back testing or in my trading, I might be like, okay, this one has 3, but we can see something else which isn't really there. So I think it's just about strict guidelines around Confluence to build my confidence and to have absolute discipline where if I miss the move, I miss it. And if I take it, I'm confident.
This is it.
in taking it.
This is it, man. And that comes from having a plan. And a plan comes from final guidelines from knowing what's profitable. And knowing what's profitable comes from testing. So the reason that it's important to test and develop a plan through testing is because your emotions will change. You've just literally admitted that to me, saying sometimes it's for Confluence, sometimes I'll be happy with free. Well, that's just you feeling in a different mood. There's no other aspect to it, right?
Yeah.
It's just, oh, yeah, you know what? Today I feel like a little bit more lucky, so free will do. And that's like, that is what you're saying to me. And that won't cut it. That will be inconsistent profits, inconsistent results. And we want consistent results. So the way to do that is to go, let me test all of the confluences that I need. And then now I've got this data, I can then strip out some of it. If I realize that actually, you know, I don't need that one and I don't need that one, then all of a sudden you've got this system where you can go, right, now I need 3 all the time. And it has to be those 3. And if I don't get those 3, I don't take the trade. But I know that if I do get these 3, I'm going to have a profit after the 12 months. You know, over 12-month period, I'm going to be on top. Yeah. And it is as simple as that. As I know, like I repeat myself, and this stuff doesn't sound like it's rocket science. It isn't. That's the rules. So, mate, do that. Think about that. Get back in the seat of enjoying the process of playing with a strategy and be in control of it. Just go, I need to really understand what I'm looking for here, and I need to write some board game instructions so that, you know, at Christmas time when you get out Monopoly and everyone's arguing over, oh, no, yeah, but you can do IOUs and, yeah, I can loan the bank. No, you can't, because it says here that you can't. and there's no argument, and it's like, no, give me the money, you're out, I won. So that's where you want to get with your trade plan, and that's the entire goal. So
Jason, thank you.
No worries. No, look, it's my goal is to help you and help all the guys in this platform. So if you need any help, just reach out. We've got a great community here. Many of the group have already undergone what you're struggling with. So they've already developed ways and means and swerved around this type of thing and created systems and answers and solutions to the problems you've got. So just make yourself vocal, make yourself known inside the platform. Say, I've got this. Look, just type in, I hate testing. You know, what? How can I help myself do this stuff? And you'll get all of the answers that you need. I promise you. So, mate, I'll be good to talk to you in I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks or something, or early in the next year, just to see where you're at. That'll be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff, man. Well, it's been great to meet you and good to talk to you. Have a great rest of your day and weekend, yeah?
Likewise, and you too. Thank you.